Hey guys, don't know what's going on with the old Barnett here, but hope you're well. Before I get into this live stream, I just want to thank Thomas from Australia. G'day, mate. He just bought all of my books. We did a deal, but he just bought all my books, so I hope you enjoy them. Thank you to everyone else who's buying them. I appreciate it. So I'm going to focus on Manchester City here and how deep it was that they just won today against Fluminense in the FIFA World Club Cup final. So again, I've recently done videos about how Pep Guardiola connects to Messi. It could be a book itself. Just Pep and Messi and how they connect their whole careers. It's pretty startling. So City win. You expect them to win. Although you never know these days. Aston Villa just drew with Sheffield United. They had to score in the last minute to get a draw. 9 days left in the year, 1-1, 9-11. I will give you this advice, guys. I've said it a lot on my website in general. If there's one-off Premier League games, just if you do bet, just take the double chance for the underdog. However good the code is for the favourite, just take the double chance for the underdog. Like Palace just drew with Brighton, Sheffield United just drew with Villa. I've caught this for years. The Friday games, the favourite hardly ever wins. And they always have unbelievable codes. Big shout out to Wi-Fi Mogul. He coded Archer to score for Sheffield United against his former club Villa. One of the biggest calls I've seen, because Sheffield United rarely score. They rarely score away from home. Villa rarely concede. And again, it's just what I've been saying. These players score against their old clubs. They haunt. He always says he comes back to haunt his former club. It's spiritual wickedness, guys. So often it happens. And then Villa in the 97th minute equalise. It's like, how many more late goals do you want to see that this is not man? Okay? Yeah, I like Villa today. I've said that, Jimmy. I coded Man City with the fours. They won 4-0. Like, yes, I'm not saying I didn't. I'm not saying I didn't. This is crazy. So I'll say it. Before the game began, I thought Villa were winning today. I did. My website called 1-1. Ryan called 1-1. Wi-Fi Mogul called Archer to score. And I thought Villa were going to nick it. This is not the point of the live stream. So say whatever you want to say, Jimmy. It's ridiculous. Anything about my city code? Let's break down this city code then. This should blow you away. This is biblical. All right? It's beyond biblical. It's not about just who wins a game, who draws a game, who loses a game. So Man City just won 4-0, right? I keep talking about the four horsemen of the apocalypse. All right? The Antichrist. You have war, famine, and death. These are the things you need to be focusing on right now. Honestly. So Pep Guardiola has now won this tournament, okay? This FIFA Club World Cup, a record-breaking 4 times. 4 times, Jimmy. Okay? Man City just won 4-0. Exactly a span of 4 weeks before Guardiola's birthday. Guardiola's birthday is 18-1, the 18th of January, the 42nd prime number. Okay? The Beast of Revelation reigns for 42 months. Argentina and Messi just won the FIFA World Cup final in 2022. 20 plus 22 equals 42. Argentina won the World Cup final 4-2 on penalties. Okay? They were awarded $42 million for winning it. They lost the first ever World Cup final in 1930, 4-2 to Uruguay, which was the year the founder of the Church of Satan was born. He founded the Church of Satan in 66. Messi won the World Cup 6 months and 6 days before he turned 36. 666, the 36 triangular number. The beast reigns for 3 years and 6 months. Going back to the 42, the Falklands War, between Argentina and England began on April the 2nd, 4-2, and it ended on Donald Trump's 36th birthday. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Read Ryan's code. Read Ryan's code to see why it was a draw. Read my in play saying now you have a choice. I think Ryan's code's going to hit when the draw was plus money. Go read the comments. Read what I put. Do you want to pop up every time I'm right in my live streams, which is like 85% of the time? I don't see you popping up when I'm right. Guys, for some of you watching, okay, God bless you, Rick. For some of you watching, especially somebody like Jimmy, I allow you guys to pay me 30 cents a day. 30 cents. $10 a month for putting out mind-blowing information, and the hit rate that I have is unmatched. What do you want? Like, what are you expecting for $10? You can't get a Big Mac meal. What are you expecting in the world to get rich? My information I share with you, who else is doing it at this level? So have a word. I ain't coming here to show off about Villa drawing. Did I give myself any credit? Let me put the air conditioner on. And in regards to the city code, I don't need credit either. I'm showing you how deep and biblical it all is. Give me a moment. It's pretty hot. People like you, brother, it's just a joke. Anyways, so I'll tell you this. What do you mean don't code what you're not sure of? What are you talking about? Yeah, I know. I'll get rid of him in a second. Jimmy, if you're on my website, can you just leave now? There's a reason you're on my website, mate, because you need my information. I don't need your $10. So if you want to go, off you go. Get your $10 and go buy yourself a Domino's pizza if you want. All right, off you go, mate. Right. That's me done with that guy now. Anyway, let me go back to what I'm saying here, how biblical it all is. So you've got Xabi Alonso, haven't you? All right. Xabi Alonso, who's now the head coach of Bayer Leverkusen, who are having this unbelievable season. Now, Sean on my website, before the season began, he likes Leverkusen. A German guy called Sean coded Leverkusen. He's got an unbelievable code. If you want to take Leverkusen, take them. I don't bet. Right? But they just broke a record, did Bayer Leverkusen. All right? And Xabi Alonso, it's not like he's been around for a long time coaching. But he's become this unbelievable coach. He obviously won a lot of trophies. Do you remember he scored that huge goal for Liverpool in the 2005 Champions League final against AC Milan? He missed the penalty, and then it came back onto his left foot, and then he hit it in the roof of the net. Again, I've told you, I've showed you, they ain't controlling the outcomes. Do you know how big that is, that information that I'm giving you? They're not controlling the outcomes. It's spiritual wickedness in high places. It's principalities. I've shown you professional football is the devil. I've shown you that. Here's confirmation here that Guardiola has won this World Cup Club Championship 4 times. All right. He did it with Barcelona 2009, Barcelona 2011, Bayern Munich 2013, which was the year that Francis became the Pope. And then 10 years later, with all the Messi connects, he does it in 2023. And of course, he had to beat Marcelo's Fluminense. Marcelo is a legend with Real Madrid, Barcelona's biggest rival. So it says here, Pep Guardiola is the first manager to conquer the world 4 times. Now, going back to Alonso, all right, with the record that he's just broken. Let me find it. So, Bayer Leverkusen have gone 25 games without losing. All right? 25 games unbeaten since the start of the season. 25. Hey, Shaquille, God bless you. No, Jimmy, I'm not going to kick you out. I'm just not going to give you any attention. I'm just saying my point is if you want 100% from a coder and you're paying him $10 a month, you're delusional. You're like, you've almost lost your mind. Pay me 10 grand a month and then ask me why Villa didn't win. Pay me 10 grand and I'll consider answering your question. Not $10, mate. I can buy a fried egg sandwich in Mexico for that and an orange juice if I'm lucky. So anyway, Bayer Leverkusen have broken this record. They've gone 25 games without losing since the season began. Now, 25 connects to 4, which connects to the 4 horsemen, which connects to the end of days. Why? Because the beast of Revelation has permission from God to take out a fourth of the earth. Now, a fourth of the earth is 25%. You all should know that a fourth, is 25%. We are living out the end of days. I can't make it any clearer for you all. You all know, all of you watching, you know things are not right. You know it. This code, guys, is so insane. You know, professional sports, something's not right with them now more than ever. Remember how Guardiola got his 624th career win and advanced to 1,987 points like I coded. And Messi was born 624, 1987. And then Messi wins his World Cup. Finally wins his World Cup. And now, what happens? Shortly afterwards, Guardiola gets another FIFA Club World Cup. All right? The Antichrist wants to reign. He wants to completely rule the world. And I ain't worried about that because I have God on my side. I ain't worried about the world collapsing. I focus on my eternal life, which you all should start doing. So last night, I went to the driving range to play golf. And it was amazing because there was 4 of my old students there who are now 19. And they watched my work. And they were asking me all these questions and they were blown away. And one of them actually goes to a Christian church. And he's invited me to go there. He said his grandpa is the pastor and his parents are in the band and he's on the drums. So I'm going to check that out. And they know something's up. And I was pushing them towards Jesus and they said, yep, he has to be number 1. They all know something's up. It's not like they're going to hang out and talk about it. They needed me there. And they asked me the questions. So I'm inspiring these 19-year-olds to the word of God. And how? Through the code. Now, look what I'm giving you here. All these 4s. Now, Messi's Argentinian, yeah? Who opened and closed the scoring in this game with Man City today? Who was it? Who opened and closed the scoring? It was Alvarez, who's winning every trophy. And he's Argentinian. He's Argentinian. Okay, like Messi, like the Pope. It's all connected, guys. Vatican City was founded the 42nd day of 1929, which was the year that the Great Recession began. It ended in 1939, 10 years later in 39, when World War II began. Now Villa are on 39 points, aren't they? Couldn't beat Sheffield United. And then from what I've heard, they scored after 59 minutes. 4 minutes. VAR check, 4 minutes. The game's dead. You all know it. The game's completely dead. This world is on its ass, guys. And I think right now you feel like, no, it's not. For me, after the Euros, it's going to completely collapse like a Jenga. And are you going to be ready for it? Hey, Jessica, God bless you. Hope you're well. Brighton Palace, probably going to be 1-1. I can't look that far ahead, bro, to February the 3rd. Maybe. That's I can't be focusing on Brighton and Palace. That is in February. I really have no interest. Hey, Philip, God bless you. Also set by Guardiola side when Barcelona beat Santos 4-0 in 2011. Yep. We just had Santos get relegated the first time in 111 years, right after Pele died. The Queen was born the 111th day of the year. 9/11 was with 111 days left in the year. Now, I've shown you how the 4 connects to the royal family. And I've shown you how the Queen and Prince Philip and Prince William, who's a Villa fan, connect to the end of days. Read my Queen book. What are you waiting for, honestly? So I'll ask you these questions in the chat. See if you know them. How many children did Queen Elizabeth and Prince Philip have? How many? Yeah, 4. 4. Remember, the royal family, they love horse racing. They love to ride their horses. Now, so 4. The eldest is who? Who's the eldest of Elizabeth and Philip's children? The current king. You all know. Charles. Okay? Now, how long was the Queen's Jubilee to celebrate 70 years on the throne? How long was her Jubilee? I'll ask you these questions because you need to hear this. They're undeniable. God's given me this gift. I don't just make this stuff up. How long was a Jubilee? 4 days. Now, this is difficult unless you're good with math from the top of your head. How many hours is 4 days? How many hours is 4 days? So basically do 4 times 24. 96. How old was the Queen when she died? 96. When did England host the Euros? 96. Who knocked them out? Germany. In a shootout. Who missed the decisive penalty? Gareth Southgate, the head coach of England. What score did that shootout finish? 5-6. When was King Charles coronated? 5-6. When did Manchester City win the treble? Prince Philip's birthday. It's 102nd birthday. 9/11 lasted 102 minutes. Man City won the treble the day I got baptized. Can I get a woo? Can I get a hallelujah, baby? Man City won the treble the day that I was baptized. Okay? Now, guys, can you ping the like button, please? YouTube's an absolute farce at the moment with me. Can you just do me that and I'll go into the next part of the code? I'd appreciate it. For some more 4s, Arteta's going for his 4th. Well, Arsenal are going for their 4th Premier League title. All right. Arteta was the understudy of Pep at Man City. Arsenal are going for the 4th Premier League title. Another 4. Now, what's the United Kingdom's? Smash that like, baby. Yeah, cheers, guys. Smash it. The more you like it, the longer I'll stay here. If I don't get any likes, I'll just go. Not to like hold you hostage. It's like, well, maybe you're not finding it interested. I've got plenty of other things I could be doing. So, wow, 25 in the live, 11 likes. Why is that interesting? Well, that's when Maradona died. 25th of November. What's the UK dialing code? What is the UK dialing code? Anybody from the UK? You should know this, Chris, brother. The UK dialing code. +44. Good lad. How many nations are in the United Kingdom? How many nations are in the United Kingdom? No. How many nations are in the United Kingdom? I'll give you a clue. You got 4. It's the 4 horsemen, guys. Do you remember the recent Grand National was... One of the recent Grand Nationals was on Prince Philip's funeral date. Just mental. And did you know that the Grand National is 4 miles? Did you know that? The length of it is 4 miles. It's absolutely insane. So, yeah, the 2022 Grand National. All right. I'll type it for you. 2022 is the 42. Look at this. Look at that. The 2022 Grand National was the 174th annual running of the Grand National horse race. It took place on the 9th of April, 2022. Now, do you want to know why that was all about Prince Philip? I just wish more people could comprehend my brain. 174th annual running of the Grand National. When was Prince Philip's funeral? 1704. When did he die? April the 9th. So you don't think that was to do with him? 174th Grand National. His funeral was 1704. It took place on April the 9th, 2022. Exactly a year after he died. Coincidence? I'm sure it is. I'm sure it is. And it's 4 miles, the Grand National. Told you, the royal family, they loved it. They would always turn up, all pompous, all right, because it's all biblical. Foden scored, right? Is that a shock? Absolutely not. I'll go through my Foden code. Phil Foden wears number 47. He replaced David Silva. Silva is the 47th atomic number. Trump's going to be the 47th president. Vatican City was founded on 2/11, the 47th prime. Foden, wearing that 47, is just dominating because of his numbers. Did you know Foden, Kyle Walker, and John Stones all have the same birthday? 3 English lads with City, who just won the treble the year King Charles III was coronated, have the same birthday, which was the last day of the season last season. Hope you enjoy it, Chris. I hope you enjoy it, brother. Now, does anybody know how long the 2022 FIFA World Cup lasted? How many days? You can check it out. I can just tell you. Maybe I should just stop asking questions because I think there's a delay. Yeah, good lad. Philip's on fire here. Gold star for my brother Philip. 28 days. Now, Pep Guardiola just won yet another trophy today. A span of exactly 28 weeks after he just won the treble. Thanks for the woos. Exactly 28 weeks, a span after winning the treble, Guardiola and Man City win the FIFA Club World Cup. And Messi won the World Cup that lasted 28 days. Go on, Chris. Now, I've done a video about this. The movie 28 Days Later is about a zombie apocalypse and a pandemic. Let's read it out, shall we? The guy who directed this is the guy who directed the Olympic opening ceremony in London, which foreshadowed coronavirus. Go watch it. That itself should wake up the whole world. The Birmingham City Commonwealth Games was worshipping the beast. Go watch it all. This is the stuff you should go on my website for. I don't just tell you who's going to win games 8 times out of 10. I reveal these things that you probably miss. I share so much. All right, let's read out this movie, shall we? 28 Days Later. 28 Days Later is a 2002, so it was brought out 10 years before the Olympics. Danny Boyle directed the opening ceremony. It's a 2002 British post-apocalyptic horror film directed by Danny Boyle and written by Alex Garland. It stars Cillian Murphy as a bicycle courier who awakens from a coma to discover the accidental release of a highly contagious aggression-inducing virus has caused the breakdown of society. Sounds like COVID. Naomi Harris, Christopher Eccleston, Megan Burns, probably going to burn, and Brendan Gleeson appear in supporting roles. I'm going to keep reading it. Garland took inspiration from George A. Romero's Night of the Living Dead film series and John Wyndham's 1951 novel, The Day of the Triffids, for the film's post-apocalyptic story. Filming took place in various locations in the UK in 2001. What else happened in 2001? Anybody? What else happened in 2001? See if you can put it in the chat. The crew filmed for brief periods during early mornings and temporarily closed streets to capture recognizable and typically busy areas when they were deserted. John Murphy composed an original soundtrack for the film with other instrumental songs by Bryant Eno, Godspeed You, Black Emperor, and other artists also being featured. But the plot, guys, let me just go through the plot. And you'll know why the World Cup lasted 28 days. And you'll see how big that number is. 28, guys, in numerology, if you don't know, is a perfect number. It's considered to be a perfect number. It's why I believe the United States of America was founded on 7-4. Because 7 times 4 equals 28. That's how I see it. All right? Yeah, they were worshipping Baal, brother, the Commonwealth Games, the beast. This is the plot of 28 Days Later. Remember, this movie was released 18 years before COVID was declared a pandemic. 6 + 6 + 6 is 18. Remember, England's opening game at the Euros is exactly 18 years after Messi scored his first ever World Cup goal, which was against Serbia, and England are going to be playing Serbia. Let's just pretend that's not the reality of the situation. Let's pretend that the budget for this movie wasn't 8 million and Messi just won his 8th Ballon d'Or. Okay? And Pep just got his 8th win in regards to the FIFA World Club Cup. He's now 8-0. Didn't the World Cup begin on Joe Biden's 80th birthday? Like 8-0? I think so. Plot. A highly contagious aggression-inducing virus called the Rage virus is unleashed in Great Britain after an infected chimpanzee is freed from its cage in a laboratory in Cambridge by a group of animal rights activists. We're seeing a lot of them now, aren't we? We're seeing a whole lot of animal rights activists. Within seconds of exposure after freeing the enraged chimp, one of the activists succumbs to the virus and immediately infects another. Over the following hours and days, it spreads rapidly and becomes an epidemic, resulting in total societal collapse. Now, infected a chimpanzee, did it? Infected a chimpanzee? Let me read this out to you. Monkeypox is an infectious disease caused by the monkeypox virus. It can cause a painful rash and large lymph nodes and fever. Most people fully recover, but some get very sick. Monkeypox? And this movie is talking about an infected chimpanzee? No, I don't think Satan's interested in Sunday League football. At all. No interest. Sunday League football doesn't have an impact on the world. Premier League football does. The World Cup does. It has billions of eyes on it. There's an organic element. Satan has no reason to get involved in Sunday League football. This is why there's levels to it all. When you go out there, you're just playing football. Satan's not going to get involved. There's not going to be black magic involved. So the Dog and Goose win 5-4 against the Red Heifer FC. Nobody gives a shit, do they? But at the highest level, yeah, NFL. Guys, nearly every single NFL primetime game goes to the last play. Nearly every one-off Premier League game, the favorite doesn't win. Nearly every NBA game goes to the last minute. Look at the drama of the World Cup final we just had. So Satan, he doesn't need to get involved with Sunday League. There's an organic element to it as well. And then there's the black magic spells that are being cast and the wizardry and the Baal and the Baphomet and Satan. That's real. Brady said he won his Super Bowls because his wife's a witch. He said it. I don't know why people laugh that off. Yeah, LeBron James has 4 NBA championships. He's not coming off that. He's just not coming off that number. I've told you a million reasons why. So, I don't think you know what, I'm going to keep reading it. It's almost done. 28 days after the initial outbreak, bicycle courier Jim, who had an accident and fell into a coma prior to the outbreak, awakens at St. Thomas Hospital in London. That's crazy. Thomas just bought all of my books. And my brother's called Thomas. Much love, Thomas. Thomas, if you're watching, much love, mate. Which has been completely deserted with visible signs of catastrophe. After wandering the streets of London and entering a church, Jim is chased by infected humans before being rescued by survivors Selena and Mark, like Mark of the Beast, who take Jim to their place of refuge in a street-side store. At Jim's request, the group travels by foot to his parents' house in Deptford, where he learns that they died by suicide, leaving him a note. Shortly thereafter, Mark gets a cut on his arm, oh my word, which is exposed to infected blood during an attack, prompting Selena to immediately kill him before he can turn. So, again, this movie it foreshadowed coronavirus to an extent, but obviously we're not zombies. But sometimes I feel like people are. Do you ever get that? Like people actually are pretty zombie-like now. So, do you want me to break down Hercules? Why they beat Ajax? Tell you something that I felt good about today. So I have an Instagram account. It has like 1,000 people that follow it. I wake up every day to about 20 messages. And I realized today there was somebody from Australia messaging me, somebody from Holland, the UK, somebody from Japan, somebody from Germany, from France, from the US. I think I've already said the US. I was like, I'm impacting a lot of people with my work. I really am, more than I realize, all around the world at this point. So the guy from Holland was telling me this. He said he watched the game where the 4th-tiered team in Holland, which is pretty much semi-professional in England, beat Ajax. Right? This superpower in Dutch football. They beat them. 93rd minute, right? At the death. All these goals at the death, guys. That's what it symbolizes, just so you all know. The villains equalized at the death. Are you hearing what I'm saying? The death. That's what these late goals are all about. And I told you, you're going to start seeing loads of late goals at the death. You're seeing shootouts. Euro 2020 final, a shootout. The World Cup, a shootout. Why do they call it a shootout? Watch my video yesterday. I said Revelation 19:14 to 18 was about World War I. And how there's so many terms that connect to war, that connect to professional football. It's absolutely incredible. Now, why are Brazil playing against City? Huge gap in quality. It's just this silly tournament, mate. The FIFA Club World Cup. And this was in the King Abdullah Sports City Stadium in Jeddah, which, as far as I'm aware, is Saudi Arabia. Is it Saudi Arabia? Again, like, why is everything going on in Saudi Arabia, eh? Ask yourself that. Let me check. Yeah, Saudi Arabia. Why? The stadium is nicknamed the Shining Jewel. Guys, I've told you Islam's the devil. If you don't want to believe me, don't believe me. If you don't want to believe Satan's behind professional sports, don't believe me. If you don't want to believe these A-list celebrities, royal family members are not possessed, don't believe me. Really don't know what else I can show you. This is biblical. It's undeniable, honestly, when you understand the word of God. It's beyond mental, isn't it? So going back to Hercules. Hercules beat Ajax, right? Now, have you guys seen the movie Troy with Brad Pitt? There is a lot of footballing pedigree at Sunday League. There's a lot of talent. People abuse Sunday League. I've seen some great players play Sunday League. There's some real heart there. There's plenty of people who play Sunday League that don't belong on a football pitch. But fair enough, they're out there exercising. They ain't the best. They know it. They want to be with their mates. They want to release. There's different levels to Sunday League. There's some really high-level Sunday League. There's some Sunday League where you get paid. And then there's other Sunday Leagues where you've got your 45-year-old beer bellies who can't play football. And that's fine. There's plenty of talent at Sunday League level. Loads of incredible talent semi-pro level. So anyway, this guy from Holland, let me find his name. See if I... where is he? His name, well, I think his name is Joe. He said he believes the Ajax players during this game lost their possession. He said that they didn't have that gift. They didn't have the spells. All right, that usually will work for them for whatever reason. And he said the team Ajax played were terrible. How they won, he doesn't know. In the movie Troy, okay, there's Achilles versus Ajax. Watch the movie. So Achilles beat Ajax 3-2. Massive shock. It's the David and Goliath, like I've told you in the FA Cup third round games. They always say it's these giant killings, which relates to David and Goliath. Now, watch the movie Troy, and you will see the battle between Troy and Ajax. Can somebody give me a woo here? I'll do a 1-minute video on it. That is why Ajax lost to Hercules. It's from that movie. It's from the movie. Somebody mentioned it on my website. I can't remember who. I've got a lot of people that messaged me. It's from the movie. Hercules versus Ajax. It's mental. It's just mental. What's the movie Troy got to do with Dutch football? There you go. That's what it's got to do with it. Yeah, Flinny. There's a lot of delusional people, a lot of ungrateful people, a lot of self-righteous people right now, a lot of lost people. Like I said, that guy who's probably on my website, again, I'm not bothered if he leaves, that Jimmy guy, is still worrying about who wins a game. Like, that's the be-all, end-all of why we're here. Who wins a football game? Those people are always there to appear if you ever get something slightly off. Never there when you get things right. It's just the way of the world. Remember 2019, Tottenham played the second leg versus Ajax? Yeah, I remember. Lucas Moura, who hardly ever scores, scored a hat-trick. Ten Hag was Ajax's coach. And then Tottenham went on to lose to Liverpool in the final. The Egyptian king scored a really early penalty. I think Origi sealed the game. Liverpool-Tottenham Champions League final. So yeah, Ajax had a decent squad then. They were really solid at the back. Yet they gave up, what was it, a 3-goal lead? And they were at home. Why do you think I tell you all, hey, God bless you, Emma. God bless you, O'Malley. Why do you think I tell you all to cash out? You think I care about my reputation? Why do you think I tell you to cash out? Because your team could be up 2-0 and lose 3-2 in the last 10 minutes. Can I get a woo if I'm right? If your team's up in the NFL by 20 points, you think that they can't lose? You think you can just smoke a cigar now and watch it play out? You think that's how it goes in these games? You think in the NBA your team can be up 18 and they've won? I've seen these movies too many times. So I said, take your money. It's offering you 95%. Nah, I'll hold out on the 5. And then the team loses. Oh, what's going on? Well, you basically could have just won all of that money and you let it play out for some reason. I don't tell you to cash out and cover to protect myself. I don't need protecting. I do it because I care about you. I do these videos because I care about you, not because I gain anything. That Rams-Saints game. All right, let me read out the Rams code. I'll show you why they won. And why they won by 8 points. I'll break this down. I actually broke this down to the boys yesterday, and they were like, how, what, why? How do you know this? How long did it take you? It's like, all you need to know is that I know it. That's all you need to know. So where is it? I'll read out why the Rams won. See how it was 30-22, like 3-2-2 for Skull and Bones? I've told you that connects to Genesis, haven't I? The 3-2-2. Yeah, it's Skull and Bones. Skull and Bones run the world. No, it's people who think they run the world. Genesis 3-2-2. The man has now become like one of us, knowing good and evil. He must not be allowed to reach out his hand and also take from the tree of life and eat and live forever. It's the serpent. That's the 3-2-2. It's nothing to do with these people who supposedly run the world. If you think man's running the world, I don't know what to say to you, but I did. I did at one point because of people like Zach Hubbard, who has no spiritual discernment in his body, convinced me that. So where was I going with this? Remind me, guys. We're going with the Rams code, aren't we? Listen to this. I think this game's about Rams winning Super Bowl 56. LA Rams won Super Bowl 56 in LA on the 44th day, and Rams can get their 44th all-time win versus the Saints. At one time in the game, there was 44 points on the board, by the way. LA Rams equals 44, Saints equals 44. Rams can become 5-3 at home a span of 53 days before Super Bowl 58. They can get their 271st home win, the 58th prime. Los Angeles equals 53. 53 is the 16th prime. The Rams can stay on 16 losses at home to the Saints. This is game 1 of week 16. 4 times 4, like 44 equals 16. Thursday equals 35. The Rams quarterback Stafford is 35 years old. The Saints can drop to 3-5 away and can stay on 35 wins versus the Rams. The game is a span of 35 days before the Rams coach's birthday. Remember, Messi won the World Cup at age 35. Connects to Satan. Stafford can become 4-6 versus the Saints. Thursday equals 46. The Saints coach can get his 46th loss. Catholic equals 35-46. Saints can stay on 7 wins, a span of exactly 7 weeks before Matt Stafford's birthday. Both teams come in 7-7. 7's the 4th prime. Stafford can get his 4th win versus the Saints. Carr can get his 4th loss versus the Rams. It's crazy how the quarterbacks went number 4 and number 9, like 49, which is 7 times 7. Stafford can get his 55th career home win and do that on a day leaving 10 days left in the year. 55 is the 10th Fibonacci triangular number. Satan equals 55 and 10. Now, notice the Rams went up 10-0. Like 100. 10 times 10. Notice the halftime score was 17-7. 17 is the 7th prime. All right? 17 minus 7 is 10. Rams can get 353rd all-time home win, the 71st prime. 71's the 20th prime. They can get the 20th Week 16 win. Kobe retired in 2016. The game's in LA. Rams can become 11-11 at home all-time, Week 16. Saints quarterback can stay on 31 road wins, the 11th prime. 11 is the 5th prime. It's the Rams' 15th game of the season. They can get their 5th home win this season. 15 is the 5th triangular number. Kobe was inducted into the NBA Hall of Fame on 15-5. So, again, like it's just ridiculously coded. Like, unbelievably, undeniably coded, day in, day out. And like I said, I'm right almost every time. I ain't perfect. I'm just a man. I ain't going to get everything right. There's days where I'm coding half asleep. There's days where I'm fully engaged in it. All right? There's days where I might miss the riddle. But the majority of the time, guys, I'm hitting the back of the net. You think Michael Jordan made every shot? You think Ronaldo scores every free kick? You think Messi scores every penalty? It's just not how we are. We're not designed to be perfect. Wouldn't want to be. So that's the Rams code. It's pretty undeniable. The Ram is biblical as well. Remember, they won Super Bowl 56, and right afterwards, LeBron James scored 56 points for the Lakers, and Matt Stafford was in attendance. And LeBron said before the game, I'm going to score 56 for you. And then Bronny James' first points for USC. He got USC to 56 points. The day after, LeBron and the Lakers won the in-season NBA tournament. Bronny recovers from his cardiac arrest. How dare you say he didn't have one? How dare you be so foolish to think that he did? The Ajax comeback for Spurs was the same night that Barcelona lost 4-0 to Liverpool when Origi scored that ridiculous goal. Wow, that's very true. It's when number 66, Trent Alexander-Arnold. Right, give me a woo here. That corner kick. If you haven't watched it, go on YouTube. Do you think Barcelona players were in control of the body? Yes or no? Do you think the Barcelona players and goalkeeper were in control of their body from that corner? It's one of two things, right? It's one of two things. It's as simple as this. As simple as this. Either they're not in control of their body. Look at the shock on the face, guys. Go watch it. Look at the shock, like, what happened? Or did they deliberately let it happen? If they deliberately let it happen, what if Origi missed? What if Trent scuffed the corner? What if he didn't strike it where it was supposed to go? They're not in control. That should be changing your life. You think they let it score? Rewatch it. I'm asking you that, Shaquille. What if Trent shanked it? What if Origi mistimed it? It's not the greatest player, is he? Think about what I'm saying. Do you think they deliberately did that? And if so, why? If so, why? Why did Liverpool win that game? Why so often have Liverpool had these miracles in the European Cup, like the one at AC Milan? Why did Barca murder them at the Nou Camp and then get murdered at Anfield probably a week or two later? Look how Origi perfectly put in the top corner as well, first touch. Yeah, it's not an easy skill. It might look it, it's not. Many strikers would have missed that, just mistimed it. Who else is showing you that spiritual wickedness is controlling these leagues? Now, there's a lot of people that are coding games and they might be winning you money along the way, and they're still football fans and they think it's all like rigged and it's the Freemasons. I don't know if there's anyone else telling you on YouTube that it's spiritual wickedness controlling the outcomes. No wonder my YouTube gets no views anymore. There's no wonder, because nobody else is doing what I'm doing. They're not. Since I started getting into all of this and the Bible stuff, I get no traction online. Why? Because I'm onto them. Why did Instagram just take down one of my posts? Why? For no reason. It was no different to any of the other ones, other than maybe the code was a bit more detailed. Possession, spell of possession, 18-yard box, 666. All right. There's loads more examples. Just watch my video. Tony, tell it like it is, lost his mind, bro. Mate, he lost his mind a long time ago. Tony is probably a nice guy, but he just types random things in the Gematrinator. Now, if you watch that guy enough times, he's going to get a few picks right, isn't he? But if you actually look at his hit rate, it's extremely low. And he's still a fanboy. He's still a huge fanboy. So I can't take the guy seriously. I never have, really. But if you're still a fanboy of these teams, if you still have a favorite team after watching my channel, then you're not as woke as you think you are, is what I'm saying. He's funny. Shaquille is a funny guy. I could sit down and watch him and have a laugh. I think he's just naturally funny, and he's a little bit mental. And he can see things better than most people. You know what I mean? At least he's aware of the code. I think he's retired about 9 times. Can I get a woo if you watch his stuff? I think he's come out of retirement like 9 times. Tony, tell it like it is. He's given like speeches, like press conferences about his retirement, sipping on his glass of wine with like a shirt and a tie on. Guys, I think it's time for Tony, tell it like it is, to call it a day. It's been a wonderful ride. I love Messi. I've come to realize that Messi is the greatest of all time, and that's never going to change. And I know that everything I've seen and everything I do, I'm not always right. And Messi is the GOAT. And so I think I'm finally going to accept that maybe my time is over and it's the end of the road for Tony, tell it like it is. I want to thank you all and love you all. Messi, love you. 2 weeks later, he's out of retirement. He announces that he's coming out of retirement. No one gives a shit, mate. You've retired 9 times. Think I'm going to believe you the 10th time you do it? So, anyways, he's a nice enough lad. But he's wrapped up in the game still. He still loves it. Yeah, I know. He's authentic. He is who he is. He's not fake. He don't have a big production. Same with me. There's no production behind my work. Anyways, guys, the fact is that Man City just won in Saudi Arabia in a 4-horseman riddle. Now, get ready for this. Who scored the winning goal for Man City in the recent Champions League final? Type his name, baby. Who got Rodri, okay? You might... Do you know what time he scored? 68th minute. And it was the 68th edition of the European Cup. Give me a woo if you're aware of that. 68th edition of the World Cup, the Champions League, not the Champions League, it's the 68th edition of the European Cup. He got the winning goal after 68 minutes. Pep got his 337th Champions League point, the 68th prime. Hitler died a span of exactly 68 months after World War II began. All world wars began in 68-day numerology. Gundogan was born with 68 days left in the year. All right? Now, look at this that I caught in the game. I'll maybe share it on my website or Twitter. You won't be able to see it, maybe. No, you can't see that, can you? I'll read it. Check this out. Go back and watch it. Man City 2, Fluminense 0. 68 minutes, yellow. Uh-oh, Rodri looks hurt. Alexander with a really poor tackle from behind on the midfielder, and he is rightly booked. Rodri's ankle seemed to roll, and he looks in real pain. Rodri got smashed after 68 minutes. Messi gives me the feminine vibes because he's a female, possessed by a demon. It's blatant with all the work that I've done. Look at Messi's wife as well. Look at Ronaldo's. Rodri got injured after 68 minutes, guys. Are you realizing what I'm saying? 68 minutes. He got the winning goal after 68 minutes in the recent Champions League final, span of exactly 28 weeks ago, to win the 68th edition of the European Cup. How can they plan? Did you anybody watch the game? Give me a woo if you watched the City game. Anybody watch it? I don't watch these games. Satan doesn't like your work exposing him. No, he doesn't. He doesn't. He's making it very hard for me at the moment. Really hard. And like I said, like people like Thomas who just bought all of my books, it gives me that, okay, keep going. Keep going. Those people that help me, the people on my website that help me, I don't get anything from YouTube. If I didn't have the website, would I still do YouTube? I hope so. I hope I'd still have motivation to do it. But I'd probably be working some 9-to-5 job, unfortunately. So anyways, you didn't watch it. Rodri got smashed after 68 minutes. Tell me if they rehearsed that. Tell me if they rehearsed him getting his ankle smashed. Why they would do that. It's crazy. It's all perfectly coded, guys. It's mental. It goes beyond profiting from this. God bless you. Of course it does. Let's just be real with gambling. I told the boys yesterday who have started to gamble a bit. They're 19, 20. So the fact is with gambling, you're never going to be completely happy with it. You're going to win and win and win, then lose, then win, then lose, then maybe lose it all on one bet, then win it back. Like, what I do is way more than you guys winning money off my picks. Remember, professional tipsters are 60%. And most of them are bullshitters. They're 60%. And people are paying them thousands of dollars a month for their picks. And they miss. Like, my website is so deep. Who's on my website? Here, just out of it. I'm not asking people to sign up in any way. I know Flinny is. Who's on my website? Just reveal that I don't just code sports games for football fans who have gambling addictions. It's so much bigger, man. The posts that I do. The other day, somebody made me happy. They said, I love it when you do these biblical codes more than sports. I do. Now I can throw biblical codes into sports, which is ideal. But I'm telling you, man, like, if we are living out the end of days, there's not many people revealing it as well as I am on my website. And that's why I keep doing it. So let me check the span today from when Messi won the World Cup to Pep just winning this tournament. 369 days. Tesla. Oh my word. What the heck? We all know about this 369, guys. With Tesla. Tesla said 3, 6, and 9 are the only numbers that can exist as energy without losing their identity. 3 plus 6 equals 9, doesn't it? Are you telling me that Messi won the World Cup 369 days ago? And Tesla said, if you only knew the magnificence of the 3, 6, and 9, then you would have a key to the universe. 3 + 6 + 9 is 18. England's Euro campaign begins exactly 18 years after Messi scored his first ever World Cup goal in Germany against Serbia, and England are going to be playing Serbia exactly 18 years later. What? What the heck? What the heck? What the heck? What the heck? Remember, it was a Serbian that started World War I because he murdered Franz Ferdinand. Real Ferdinand here. Real Ferdinand sounds a little bit like Harry Kane as well, doesn't he? I think we got a real shot where we got Jude Bellingham providing Harry Kane. Very similar, Rio Ferdinand's voice and Harry Kane's. Ferdinand's the bull in the movie where John Cena, you can't see me, like these spirits, you can't see them. You know why John Cena says that? No word of a lie, no banter, you can't see me, is because John Cena's possessed. Who agrees that John Cena's possessed? Well, he's in his 40s, looking like he is moving. Well, he don't move very well. He's never moved very well. Can't barely run. It's like he's got no kneecaps. It's like he's been shot in the kneecaps, actually, when he runs. But who believes that John Cena's possessed? You can't see me. You can't see those demons that have possessed him. I think that John Cena even was given the gift to be able to rap. It's almost like John Cena had this agreement. What do you want to be? I want to be a rapper. I want to be a top wrestler, and I want to be a Hollywood star. And Satan's giving him all of them. Da 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 da. Bow bow bow. Yep, hustle, loyalty, and respect. My buttocks. That's what it represents. It represents 666. And then all the kids are throwing them up, and the parents are throwing them up because they don't know shit about symbolism. They don't question shit. As long as they're being entertained and they're munching on the hot dogs, sipping on their Pepsi, they don't want to hear what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying, baby? Well, all the people who said that they're on my website, God bless you all. Thank you. Helps me. Helps me. I'm not going to say his name, but I feel pretty bad about this. There's not much I can do about it. The beautiful thing is that he's seen the light of Jesus Christ. One of my old coaches who played pro at a high level is just being told he's got weeks left to live. So he wants me to call him about Jesus and just to try and make him feel a little bit better about his situation. Got weeks to live, guys. He's only about 10 years older than me. 2 young kids. It's like I'm going to call him tomorrow. So do you remember when George Orwell said they fear love because it creates a world they can't control? That's very true, man. If there was genuine love, not this whole like pretending to love one another and the diversity love, like if we genuinely love one another and love thy neighbor, Satan, what would he be able to do? But we're always going at each other, man. Like that guy, like straight away, the guy is like, Villa didn't win. Just coming in toxic. Just a little demon on his shoulder, man. Anthony Williams from St. Helens. My mum's called Helen. Flynn is from West London. Alvarez also scored on the 88th minute. 88 equals beast. You know what I want to do with Alvarez? Because he's winning absolutely everything. He's winning everything. I think I know why. He was born 131. Championship equals 131. 131's the 32nd prime. We just won the World Cup that had 32 teams in it. There's 32 rays on the Society of Jesus' logo. So maybe he's winning all these championships because he has the 131 birthday. I'm sure it'll be to do with Revelation 13:1 though. Yeah, it's that. Revelation 13:1. This guy was born 131. It's the same thing. And I stood upon the sand of the sea and saw a beast rise up out of the sea, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and upon his horns 10 crowns, and upon his heads the name of blasphemy. Isn't it interesting how number 10, Messi, scored 7 goals at the World Cup? And 107 is the 28th prime, and it lasted 28 days. That's it. That's right. I've just figured it out right now. Alvarez has the 131 championship in his birth. And it's to do with Revelation 13:1, which is the 32nd prime. I've just absolutely nailed why he keeps winning everything. Do you know he signed for Man City the same day as Haaland, number 19 and number 9, the Queen's funeral? Anybody catch that? Queen's funeral was 19-9. Number 9 and number 19 signed on the same day, 9-19 or 19-9. Crazy, man. George Orwell made a trip to England, wrote a book called The Road to Wigan Pier. George Orwell was English. I don't know if he made a trip to England. He was English. He worked for the BBC, the British bullshitting channel. 9/19 is David's birthday. That's why. Wow. Trippier's birthday. 9/19 is the 157th prime. France won the 2018 World Cup final in Russia on 15/7. Kobe died a span of 157 days after his last birthday. How do I know that 919 is the 157th prime? 157 is the 37th, which is the 12th prime. David, the real son of the Queen. Very interesting, yeah. She's not talking about David Beckham, guys. I was in Sheffield yesterday and the weather was unbelievable, rain and wind. It's England, mate. It's not just Sheffield. Like, the weather in England is miserable. 131 is an eclipse number. I didn't know. By the way, George Orwell's not even his real name. I've told you, Satan gives them new names. He takes away their identity, really. Their anointing in the name. George Orwell's not his name. Like, why? Why did he change his name? Why do authors have to change the name? You wrote a book. Okay, care about the name of the book. All right, the title is important. Why would you change your name as an author? In regards to the Queen, I don't know. The date that they said she died is a perfect code. I don't know if she died before that. I'm not going to get into it. It's just, you don't get anywhere with saying things like that for me. Say, who was it? Who was playing her wearing a mask? Was it this? Was it that? It's like, maybe she went on that day. It wouldn't shock me. She's connected to 26, but Villa couldn't score. They did score. They scored at the death. 1-1, guys, at massive number 11, the chaos number. I'm sure that the stadium went wild, correct? For anyone who's like, Villa are going to win the league, they're going to do a Leicester. No, they're not. No, they're not. Remember, Emery was Arsenal's coach. Unite Emery. Yeah. From what I heard, Villa had chances to score. It's not like it was the wind. They just didn't take the chances. Just like Man City won their first professional championship 911 years ago. What? How? 911 years ago. What are you talking about? My head's gone there. 911 years ago, they won their first title. What else is there? Look, Calvin Phillips, notice he's at Man City number 4. Like, maybe if Rodri's injured, he's going to come in. Rodri's number 16, guys, which is 4 times 4, just so you know. Foden's celebration was Jesus on a cross. These people, man, they have to repent. Why is Foden wearing purple boots? When did this happen, guys? When were footballers wearing pink and purple boots? Not in my day. You might have had a guy in red, because I know I wore red, but these purple pink boots, man, they're so feminine. Guys, I shared a video on Instagram yesterday with Rashford and Jesse Lingard. They are not straight. They're not straight, those two. I wish I could show you it. I wish YouTube wasn't so annoying. I wish I could show you and play the video. All right. So zesty. So zesty, guys. Wait, Saka's got blonde hair now. Yeah, I heard Phillips is going to Juventus. The old lady connects to the Queen. Saka's got blonde hair. Are you kidding me? I predicted he was going to get blonde hair. No way. Guys, I said Saka. He's got... I think I've got the text message from a while ago. It'd be hard to find it. I said Saka's going to bleach his hair blonde, just like Rashford. Remember, they missed the penalties. Has Sancho ever done it? Wait. Has Sancho ever dyed his hair blonde? I don't know if he has. I don't think he has he? No, he hasn't. That would have been perfect. Carlison's got his bleach hair blonde, hasn't he? Foden did it going into the Euros. That Garnacho has done his hair blonde. Foden looked shocking with it. Jorginho did his hair blonde. Mason Mount did his hair blonde. They're doing rituals. Remember when Gascoigne did it? They're doing it. These people are actively doing rituals now. Some of them are not. Some of them are not aware. These players who are bleaching their hair blonde, like Aguero and Messi, when they all look terrible. All right. Joe Linton for Newcastle, who's now all of a sudden doing really well when the fans hated him. They're involved. They know what they're doing. I'm not going to have it that they don't know. Why would they all just get their hair done blonde? Just randomly? There's some sort of ritual with it. And they always seem to do well. They get their hair done blonde more often than not. Can I get a woo if you're feeling me? Hit the like button, guys, if you haven't already. Pretty much when they get their hair blonde, Foden, Jorginho, Aguero, Messi, I'm sure Saka's going to do even better now his hair's blonde. Gascoigne. There's loads of them. They get their hair blonde and they become better. And do you want to know what else happened today? Cheers, Rick. Do you know who signed for Inter Miami? Do you know who signed for Inter Miami to join Messi today? $1904, brother, wasn't 911 years ago. You mean 119? Are you talking about 119? 119? It's not 911, mate. Man City weren't founded 911 years ago. You mean 119? Yeah, Suarez. I can't believe I called that Saka's going to do his hair blonde, and you've just told me now. That's why my reaction's like, what? No way. Suarez has just gone to Inter Miami. Now, remember when Guardiola had Suarez, Neymar, and Messi? Do you remember when Neymar did his hair blonde? Didn't he? Neymar went blonde, didn't he? At one point, I think all of PSG strikers, that Icardi went blonde, Messi went blonde, Neymar went blonde at the same time. Still baffling how they didn't win a Champions League with that team, showing you it's nothing to do with the talent. Anyways, do you know who Suarez's agent is? Anybody know who the agent is for Luis Suarez? Take a guess. I'll tell you then. You're going to laugh. Yeah, Suarez. I mean, Mbappe did his hair pink and blue. James Bond. That's a good guess, Flinny. No. Suarez's agent is Pep Guardiola's brother, who works with Girona, who are having an unbelievable season. They're second in La Liga. Suarez's agent is Guardiola's brother. Like, are you serious? Suarez was unbelievable for Barcelona. He's been unbelievable everywhere, to be honest. He is a great player. I think he's a demon, but you watch that guy play, demon or no demon, is unbelievable. So, Man City and Guardiola, they once again win the World Cup in regards to the FIFA Club World Cup. And they do that the day that Suarez signs for Inter Miami, whose agent is Pep's brother. Yeah, the Romanian national team all went blonde, all of them. Give me a woo. Sorry for annoying you with the woos, but do you want me to find out why they went blonde? Shall we see what the media tell us, what Satan's media says? Shall we find out why? I don't think my AC is working, guys. Shall we find out why they went blonde? See what they tell us? I'm intrigued. Celebrities: Kim Kardashian went blonde, Kanye, Justin Bieber, Eminem. Let's find out why they went blonde. Guys, I've had a nightmare. I think my AC's broke. The Antichrist. Sweating here, guys. Give me a moment. I'll check it out. He was incredible at Liverpool. There's no doubt about it. He was unbelievable at Ajax. He was unbelievable at Barcelona. For his nation, it was good. I think he was unbelievable for Uruguay. Fixed it. Sometimes you've got to take those batteries out, guys. All right. Why did the Romanian national team bleach their hair? Let's hear the bullshit. All right. Oh, my word. Let's hear this out, all right? Just type bullshit if you agree this is bullshit, just to make me laugh, because my head's pounding. If you think this is bullshit, just type it in the chat. Don't type it yet. Back in the late 90s, the Romanian national team all bleached their hair blonde after winning their first 2 matches. It was supposed to be representative of team spirit in an effort to keep the look going throughout the rest of the tournament as they competed in France in 1998. Wow. All part of a pre-tournament promise, which according to then head coach Angel Laudenescu, ended up angering God. Wow, so bleaching their hair blonde angered God. They all look... Guys, can I save this image? Wait, can I copy this image? Wait. Guys, they look absolutely miserable. I've got it. I've got the image. I'm going to put it on my website. Guys, they look miserable. Start realizing that these footballers, they look miserable so often. Especially Rashford now. He looks like a guy who really looks like, why did I sell my soul? Or whatever it is that they do. He looks miserable every time you look at him. Right, what's it saying? How a team meeting, 2 games of football, toxic bleach, and God conspired to make Romania's 1998 team one of the most iconic in World Cup history. There's a saying in Romania, everyone is good at football and politics. However, judging from the current state of both Romanian football and politics, it would be safe to swap out good at for cursed by. For the past 3 decades, our only political success has come from overthrowing a dictator and joining the EU and NATO. But there was a brief moment in time when the football gods were more lenient. For 3 consecutive World Cups, Italia 90, USA 94, France 98, the Romanian national team stood anthem to anthem with the world's best. Our local press even started referring to our side as the golden generation. They did that with England. All right. Well, come on, what's it saying? I don't give a shit about Georgie Haji with his blonde hair wearing number 10. Saying he's one of the greatest number 10s. He was a good player. I think his son's a pro now. Right, here we go. That France 98 team made it to the last 16 before being knocked out by tournament's top goal scorer Davor Suker and the rest of the Croatian side. But the most iconic moment of the tournament happened 5 days earlier. After confirming their place in the second round with wins over Colombia and England, I think that's when Phil Neville gave a penalty away, and with one group game to spare, feeling confident, the entire team bleached their hair. Of course, it was meant to inspire a sense of team spirit. Why did they bleach it blonde? Why not red? Or blue? Or why blonde? But if you ask then national coach team Angel Lodonescu, an entirely different sort of spirit was roused. Oh my goodness. We've angered God. Lodonescu told the press after the team drew the last group game against Tunisia before being knocked out by Croatia. At a strategy meeting 2 days before our first game against Colombia, we asked Mr. Lodonescu if he'd be willing to shave his head if we qualified after 2 matches. Former international Andrean Illy tells me, and when he agreed, we decided that if he actually went through with it, we'd dye ours too. But first we had to beat Colombia and England. Well, why would they dye their hair when he's being told to shave his head? So he said that they went against God. Can you tell me how bleaching your hair blonde is going against God? There's something we don't know. There's something we don't know because they bleached their hair blonde. In an interview he gave 8 years ago, Georgie Craviano remembered the bleach burning his scalp, and causing bald patches to appear all over his head. They butchered us, he said. It was so painful. I could not sleep on one side of my body for about 3 days. I think something strange happened after the hairdresser wrapped a bit of foil around our heads. What the frog's legs is this? Guys, were they put under a spell? Are they put under a spell? I was lucky because I had short hair at the time, so it didn't look that bad. But looking around at the guys with longer hair, that weird yellow colour just didn't look right on them. I kept my hair like that for a while after the tournament until it grew back normal pretty quickly. And it's saying this as well. It said you couldn't tell who was on the pitch. Everyone looked like the same person. That's what he's saying. It was hard to pick out who you were passing to. Wow, this is what I do. Like somebody brings up Romania bleached hair blonde, I go into it. So their coach said that they've gone against God. And then it's talking about curses and how painful it was. Told you they look shit. Hardly anyone looks good with bleached blonde hair. Marcelo Brozovic looks dead inside. I just got a photo of him scoring. I think he scored today, actually. And he's doing the Baphomet pose. Number 77 scored and 77 date numerology. Look, he's there. This guy. The guy doing the Baphomet with Mane. They just beat Steven Gerrard's El Etifak. Like, what's Gerrard doing out there? He was horseshit at Aston Villa. Now Villa are unbelievable. How Gerrard even got another job, I don't know. Because it's obviously not about talent. What number did Gerrard have? What number did Gerrard wear for England? Flinny will know this, very smart guy. What number was Gerrard for England? No, he wasn't number 10. That was Michael Owen. No, he was number 8 for Liverpool. Lampard was 8 for England. Number 4. And now he's out in Four Horsemen Nation of Saudi Arabia. Watch my Karim Benzema 4 video. Outrageous. Woo! Guys, I better go. I'm going dizzy. I do appreciate you all. Flinny, Let me ask you this before I go. So, oh my word! Look at the time. It's 4:44. You've got to be shitting me. Guys, you just witnessed this. I just touched my phone. Nothing lit up. It's 4:44. What the four? What? Woo! How? Why did I touch my phone then at 4:44? I can't see the time on my laptop. If you have a Mac, you can't see it unless you scroll up. What the heck? Apologies to the neighbours there. 4:44. Just ask what number Gerard is. 4. All the 4s with Benzema. I checked my phone. It's 4:44. Swear down. Anyway, what I was about to say before I just lost my absolute head by seeing 4:44. Crazy stuff, man. Oh my word. That was outrageous. Sorry if I shocked you. If I was loud there, my head just went. Yeah, but mate, it's 4:44 as I was talking about 4 as I touched my phone, which I wasn't touching. Just something made me touch it for whatever reason. Yeah, Jay-Z's album 4:44, he has a song called 4:44 on it, which is 4 minutes and 44 seconds in length. Alrighty then. Right. What I was saying, Flinny, my mate, who's actually a mate, I've actually met him numerous times. Would you have done, you jumped, I apologize, I do. Would you have done what I did? And would you have done what he did? So when I came back to England, probably 2 years ago, Flinny is on my Patreon, well, was on it until that got deleted. And now he's on my website, right? Very good mind, got a gift for numbers and seeing through the bullshit and all of that. Now, he offered to pick me up from London, from the airport, to take me home in his van. Now, if you were me, would you risk that? I did. I just trusted him. I'd spoken to him. He was a good laugh, like seeing his image. I just trusted him. Would you have done what I did? Would you have flown from Mexico and got picked up by a guy you've never met who's going to put you in his van and take you to your house for nothing, just to be a nice guy? Would you have done that? And if you were Flinny, would you have gone out of your way just to help out a guy that you've never met and take him to his house, which is the other side of England? Just out of interest, just say yes or no in regards to the first bit. Would you have accepted that ride from somebody that you've never met? Would you have accepted it, guys? In this modern world, when we watch TV shows like Law and Order and Criminal Minds, where some guy picks me up from the airport and puts me in his van, who I don't know. He could have given me a bottle of water and put drugs in it. But I trusted him. Anybody hearing me here, just give me a yes or no. Would you have taken that ride? Or would you have just got a bus back home or a train? I'm so grateful for what he's done for me numerous times. He took me home. He brought me back to the airport. He's done that 4 times, I think, there and back. Well, twice there and back. He took me to Mr. India, 911 London Road. People don't believe me. He took me to a restaurant right after the Queen died, which was 911 London Road. He didn't even know himself. Yeah, he did. He did actually. He did. He gave me a bottle of water. As soon as I arrived, he was like, here's a bottle of water, mate. I'm sure you're thirsty. I didn't even think, like, what if he's put something in it? He could have. I just trusted him. Something just told me, I trust this guy. He could have done anything to me. Bit of magic in that water. In the water. So yeah, guys, I just believe that the average person's a good person. Last time I'll say this, but can I get a woo? I think the average person in the world is a good person. I trusted him. I just did. I just felt right. I do think the average person in this world is just good. There are genuine people. Way more genuine people than like evil people. Like, sure, I'll take the ride. Saved my life with that. It's a nightmare getting the National Express from London to Yorkshire. And I'll get to know you. it went really quickly. And all we did was just chat about football and the code and the world. And it went like that, honestly. It just, like, is that, we're in Leeds now, we're close to Bradford. I'm like, what? I think he got me home in 3.5 hours. Mental. Good driver, though. He is a very good driver. He drives for a living. Anyways, I got to go. I'd have gone, let God lead the way, baby. Exactly, Rick. Even now more than ever. Like, if Flinny was meant to take me out, then it was written for me to go out by Flinny. But the script was Flinny to take me for a delicious Indian. He met my mum. He had a nice cup of tea in my house. I offered him to stay. Again, that's my mum. My mum offered Flinny to stay in the house when she'd never met him. She went, yeah, he can stay. If he's going to give you a ride, he can stay. Flinny could have murdered my whole family. Sorry, Flinny, I'm not having a go at you. You're one of the nicest people I've met. But this does sound like a horror movie, doesn't it? And everyone's like, why did he even take the ride? Why did his mother let him stay? Mr. Flynn kills another 8 on his murder rampage. I might write another book about this, Mr. Flynn. I'll just call it Mr. Flynn. Actually, Mr. Flynn's actually wrote a book. Flinny, can you just tell him the name of your book? It's the biggest life-changing book other than the Bible. I would say this book has the potential to transform you in so many ways. So, Flinny, just right before I go, can you let everybody know the name of your book? It's a cracking book, guys. It's How to Win Like Flynn. Yeah, if you want to be a winner, you read that book. It's as simple as that, okay? How to Win Like Flynn. Anybody who wants to purchase it, just leave a comment. How much is it, bro? Does he have a YouTube channel? He should, because he's a winner. Because he's a winner. How much are you charging for your book? Was it? Yeah, that's what it was. £33 and 33p. So it's up to you guys if you want to get it. But if you want to be a winner, then you better read that book, How to Win Like Flynn. All right, guys, I have to go. Take care. God bless you all. I'll do some codes tomorrow for your games and stuff. I'm going to go chill out for 30. It's better than Trump's out of the deal, is the Flinny book, honestly. All right. Take care. Thanks for watching. Much love. God bless you all. Woo!